Working on direct TPMS systems, here are some common problems to look out for. 1, you may have a bad sensor or a sensor with a dead battery. 2, always test before you touch and check all sensors before performing work on the system. 3, always make sure the software to your TPMS scan tool is updated. This can make a big difference on functionality. And 4, if you're having a strange problem, take a look at audio systems, car chargers, video equipment that may be installed in the vehicle. If it's not installed properly, it can interfere with the radio signals being sent from these little sensors.
If you're watching this video, you're probably looking for a few tips on how to avoid breaking that TPMS valve. It's happened. All of us techs have done it in the past. However, here's a couple things to remember. When we're going ahead and breaking this bead, don't want that there, let's 180 that. And then you're going to do it for the other side as well when you break down that back bead. The real problem comes into play when you're trying to reinstall your tire or remove the tire. Where should you position your TPMS? When I'm taking off this tire, I want it right before the traction point, right before my lever, where we pull that bead up over the rim. So here, it's approximately 12 o'clock. Now, when it comes to reinstalling that tire, let's go ahead and 180 that, and I'm gonna want my valve stem at the 6 o'clock position before I install that tire. Doing that will ensure that you don't have a broken TPMS valve. Thanks for watching. There's a lot more tips like this coming your way.
Some people think that TPMS gave you a free pass on checking the inflation of your tires, but for consumers, it's still critical that you make sure that your tires are inflated to the specified pressure on the door jamb. But for shops, you are still required to check the tire pressure when a car comes in. This is not only part of inspection and maintenance, but it's also a diagnostic process because you could spot a low tire or an issue with one of the sensors. So just keep this in mind. Make sure you're still checking the pressure even though this has this technological marvel of TPMS.
Cars and rims have changed a lot over the years, and so has the TPMS system as well. But the needs of your customers may require that they want a different color than the standard aluminum. And with the MX1 sensor from Autel, we can go ahead and change that. We can either get aluminum, black, or chrome in this design to customize and give a car the appearance that they want. Of course, I can also replace or switch to the rubber one with just the press of a button.